Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Sarah, and in this video basically I'm going to explain you just to be honest, give you an overview of how there are some important and powerful tips which will actually help you in biology, be it zoology or botany. You can use it both the ways, and it is actually really going to help you, be it for NEET or maybe for CET or any other competitive exams, or be it board exams. Doesn't matter whichever board you're from, right? So let's get started. Okay, so the very first and the most important point is master your textbook. Now it can be your NCERT or maybe any state board textbook that you're studying from. Read all the lines, read every single paragraph in that textbook. Okay, make sure that you're not just reading it like that, you are also understanding what your textbook is trying to tell you. So be very aware while reading your textbooks, right? While you have to read your textbook very carefully. Now while reading, you have to learn all the diagrams, you have to go through them very well, because those are also a very important point from where the questions can be asked from. So you have to learn all the diagrams, you have to learn all the examples mentioned over there. Try to write those examples besides, so like those are the points that you actually have to highlight a lot on, and as well as your scientific names. All right, now once you're done reading, once you're done learning the diagrams and the examples, move on to highlighting the most important points, like also the important points, and make sure that the points that you tend to forget usually, or the examples or the names maybe, or the diagram points or the labelings, make sure to highlight them, right, and learn them and keep revising them. Okay, so the second most important point is focus on your concept clarity. Make sure that every single concept is well understood, right? Now you have to understand. Now, when I say well understood, means you need to know the why and how behind every process, why the process was happening and how the process is happening. You're understanding, right? So you can use many sources for that why and how, and make sure like every single time you are revising or you are learning or you are trying to understand the why and how behind it, just then your topics are very clear. So focus on your concept clarity. So the third very important point is make mind maps and flowcharts. Now once you're done reading, once you're done understanding the why and how behind everything, the next thing you have to do is make mind maps and flowcharts. Use small notes, or maybe you can make a flowchart of the whole process about how I said that why and how all thing. You can use that in the same way and make small mind maps and flowcharts, so that it is good to revise. And those, that is really helpful in quick revision. Like once you're done studying, you can pick those flowcharts and mind maps at any time and just go through it for once, or maybe, and this will also help you before your exam, like that last lap revision when you do before your exam. This tip is going to be very helpful at that time as well. So this is an overall helpful tip for your revision. Okay, now the fourth point. I know this point is going to be a little difficult and a little tricky to handle, which is revise regularly. Now I know a lot of people think that biology is an easy subject, you don't have to revise every day, but that's not the case if you're giving a competitive exam, right? You have to revise every single day, because everybody knows how the exam was this year, NEET 2025. It has broken all the records. So I will tell you to revise every single day to get the best out of it, right? So I would suggest you to keep at least 30 to 40 minutes for your revision every day, like the pattern that I'm saying. If you're following that pattern, you study like that every day, so revising 30 minutes is like too much for you, right? You can revise a lot in those 30 minutes using your flow charts and mind maps and maybe some other reading or some diagrams that you want to revise. So revise regularly, guys. Okay, now the fifth point, which is practice MCQs and PYQs at the same time, right? So first, like if you are done with one topic or maybe one chapter, what you're going to do is practice as much as MCQs as you can, so that that topic of yours is all cleared. And just after your MCQs, you're going to do PYQs, so that you get the confidence and you understand the pattern of the the examination, like from which are the most important topics, from where the questions are mostly asked from. You will get to know all that pattern. So practicing questions is very much important. So you have to first practice all the MCQs and with that you have to practice PYQs. Now I would suggest you to practice at least 150 questions for each and every chapter in your biology, right? Like the total, right? You have to, like, including all those topics in one chapter, you have to solve 150 questions. And for PYQs I will suggest you to solve at least 10 years, past previous year questions. The sixth point now. So I'm not going to tell you to make a whole error book for this, but I will tell you, like, once you are done studying the whole chapter, you're done with your PYQs, you're done with all your MCQs, and now you know what is in the chapter and you're just revising it. So what I will suggest you to do is that the topic, or maybe some questions or some things that you tend to forget, or you're consequently making mistakes in that, at the end of your chapter, take a small sheet and stick it over there, or maybe just keep that sheet over there with you, so that you know that in this specific chapter these are the mistakes that I have constantly been doing in the practice time, so that you don't repeat those mistakes. So every time you revise that chapter, you will also go through your mistakes you have done in that chapter, so that you don't repeat the same mistakes. Okay, so the next point is, I would suggest you to focus a lot on your high weightage chapters. Now I'm not saying you to miss out on those chapters which have less weightage, but I want you to study the whole syllabus before you go for your examination. But the high weightage chapters are the ones that you have to put a lot of your time on, right? You have to focus on them a lot and make sure that you're doing no mistakes in those chapters. Because I don't think that, okay, this chapter has less weightage, I'm going to have only one question from this chapter, so I will just skip it. No, don't do that. Study the whole syllabus, but the high weightage chapters are the ones that you have to put your maximum time on, right? And the points and the tips that I have given you, you have to follow all those tips, so that you make sure that you are having no mistakes in any of those chapters. Okay, so the last tip and the most important tip is that you have to stay consistent and very calm at the same time during the whole process. Alright, you have to study in short sessions. Now, what I mean by short sessions is not just 15 minutes or 20 minutes. I will suggest you to study at least for an hour and then take a 5 minutes break, and then study for an hour and take a 5 minutes break, like that. Alright, so and during your breaks, make sure you are avoiding your screen and maybe just going for a small walk in your area, or maybe having something good, and just, or maybe just relaxing, like that, right? Which will also help you a lot. So do not force yourself a lot, do not put a lot of stress on yourself. That is not good, that won't help you at all. And don't panic at all. It's okay, sometimes you do tend to make mistakes and you will feel a lot of pressure and stress, but it's okay, it's all a part of life. Just stay calm, stay happy, remain consistent no matter what is happening, right? And believe in yourself. That's what matters. And stay happy. So keep following for more such videos. Thank you.